Wet ass pussy. Gobble me, swallow me, drip down inside of me.
Steph O does a video on Sunday as well. Hello. Hello sinners and skiers, and welcome to another one of my sim pack reviews. It's been a while since I've reviewed a pack because if I am not interested in the pack, I will... Simply pretend I do not see. I need to stop. I'm a fucking parrot for quoting these silly little internet things. Have I ever had an original thought? No! Anyway, I generally play The Sims for an escapism, so The Sims for Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg Simulator, you know, it was just kind of a stark reminder that climate change exists and we are doing nothing about it. And you guys know me, hate the environment, kill the turtles. Greta Thunberg. For legal reasons, that is a joke. I do recycle and I do not own a car. My carbon footprint is clean. My carbon footprint has a pedicure. Oh. I mean, The Sims doesn't even have cars, so what is causing this pollution? And then there was the polished turd that is The Sims 4 Journey to Butthole. Visually stunning to look at, but at the end of the day, she's still a turd. And now here we are today. It's almost Christmas and you'll hear something. I can hear you. So I will. So without further fuckery, thank you to EA Game Changers for providing me with a code. That's not what they provided me with. Thank you for early access to this pack. Let's jump into another unhinged review of The Sims 4 what is this pack called? Snowy Living? Snowy Lifestyle? Snowy hoey never gets coldy.
Wet ass pussy.
So allow me to introduce our Sims. He blends into the snow and will sue for damages if he gets injured on the slopes. Skister James Charles Skister. Up next, she puts the hoe in Hoey Escape, Miss Tisha Potatoes. And finally, their two beautiful children, Stephoski and Jojo Snow Ski, who I put into the game just in case there is any family gameplay, so we shall hold our breaths on that one. For the feminine hairs, we have a lot of updos, although this one is looking a bit sus to me. 2015 Kylie Jenner.
Excuse me? Are you Kylie Jenner? Oh, sorry.
And this one, I'm convinced they went on mine and my sister wife Plumbella's That sounds like we share an Instagram. Mine and Plumbella's Instagram and stole this hairstyle right from our scalps. I like most of them, but the fringes on some of them, what the fuck is going on here on this day? I don't know if they're leaving space for Christ or if this is the London Underground, because there is a gaping gap in between the forehead and where the hair actually lays. Lays is a strong word. It is more levitating. And then there's only 3 masculine hairs. I like the first 2, but the hairline on the third one should be considered a hate crime. Onto the clothes, into the unknown. Ooh, I got a text. I would say these existed in 4 categories: ski apparel, traditional Japanese couture, e-boy streetwear, and the Uwu King himself, Yamachan. Yamachan, which translates to mountain friend, although I personally would not trust him on top of a mountain. Roll that ass off a mountain. It's nice to have some more winter clothes because usually Seasons comes out and then you just wear that same jacket until you die. Gay jacket, gay jacket, gay coat, gay jacket, gay coat, gay jacket, gay jacket. The yukatas are stunning. And I love me a fanny. Why did I pause? I love me a fanny pack. I shouldn't have paused. People are going to debate my sexuality in the comments again. Although this fuckboy fanny pack on James Charlie is kind of making him look like he would ask for spare coochie outside of a McDonald's. I think I prefer the men's clothes. They're a bit more fashionable, and I am just a slag for a man in a turtleneck. Now let's check out the kid. Not this. They actually got every hair that the adults got, which we loved to see it. Again, there's a mixture of traditional clothing, ski wear, and skater chic. She was a skater girl. Although my favorite is definitely this little sheep top. And there's also school uniform, which the kids will actually change into and wear to school if they live in this world. I love to see The Sims not conform to American ideology. Although I do wish there was an option to customize this because, hello. Winterberg exists, and she's definitely a Eurocentric town. I do have a theory that they are working on a school pack. Now, this is just a theory. This is not brought to you by EA Game Changers. It is, in fact, brought to you directly from my arsehole. Like the US election fraud, I have no evidence to this claim. I just have a feeling. And then finally, the toddlers have mostly the same hairs. It's mainly just the ones that would be length appropriate for a toddler, and some cute clothes, including this ski suit that does remind me of Kenny from South Park, and also this shirt with a little bag on it.
I'm 100% pregnant, I know it.
I'm absolutely shocked to say that we do have new traits. We have proper, so Logan Paul take notes, and adventurous. And then we have 2 aspirations. We have Mount Komorebi sightseer, and then we also have extreme sports enthusiast, which should be called winter sports enthusiast. Until my Sims can get in a plane and then subsequently jump out of that plane, I would like to reserve the full title until then. Why don't we have surfing? Let me just return to the present. But anyway, before we exit, here's the fits.
I'm talking pop, 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 pop. That's some wet ass pussy. Macaroni in a pot. That's some wet ass pussy, huh?
Welcome to Build Mode Shows. We have a huge selection of items, which does make sense because this is an entirely new style of architecture to the game. I was happy to see that each window and door does have an alternative version in both screen and window options. And I mean, this is a 50 by 50 lot. She's huge. She's a mammoth. And I could barely fit all the windows and doors in a row on the lot. We have new stairs, we have new columns, roofs, foundations, fences, flooring, foliage. So basically every area in build mode is covered. The same with buy mode. There's a new item in almost every category, and some of the chairs even have little cushions and throws on them, which just soothes my soul because textile-less clinical seating just makes me think of hospitals and schools, and personally I have fainted in both of those environments. You're a fucking weirdo if you don't have cushions on your sofa.
Empty chair, do a solo.
The Sims team also said, I do cook, I do clean, but let me tell you, I got this kitchen. They finally remembered to feed us and subsequently our Sims. Why do I keep saying subsequently? We finally have a new kitchen set. And she is very gorgeous to me. You can put clutter in the fucking shelves. And then traditional Japanese items and items that are exclusive to the pack. We have the kotatsu table, which keeps your little toesies nice and warm. Tatami mats, although they are just decorative, I don't know why there isn't a futon or a yoga mat version. Hello? 2 variations of onsens, a hot pot, a space heater, and your skis and your snowboards. I also would like to show you some plant porn for a second, so you're welcome, beach. Also, just as you thought we were done, let me just get on my platform podium. Platforms are the best thing to come to The Sims since the room tool was invented in The Sims 4. We've had pools, we've had terrain tools, we've had the stair update, the window update, but yet nothing compares to platforms. She's versatile. Why am I gendering a platform? You can stack them, raise them, lower them, and they're all still considered the same floor level. If you only raise them up 1 level, you don't need stairs, so you can create custom staircases with them. If you put a half wall on them, you can cover them with wall coverings, because half walls, more like every size wall, they can be whatever you need them to be. Also, I discovered that certain ceiling heights can only be accessed by certain age groups. So for example, you could make a little kid's cubby room, or you could make a toddler basement so they can crawl under the floorboards like little rats. We're the rats.
Wet ass pussy.
So ladies and germs, welcome to the new world. Sorry, that is the wrong picture.
Change the slide, please.
Mount Komorebi, which is both a residential and a tourist destination, because, repeat after me, Haley fam, no country exists just to be a tourist destination for you.
I highly discourage you from going to Greece. Not only are they economically struggling, Santorini is not as pretty as the Instagram bloggers make it seem.
Real people do in fact live in these countries. Apart from Florida, that is just Disney. Although I don't know why some of the other tourist destinations in the game didn't get updated, like Outdoor Retreat and Salvadorada, because to my knowledge, people do live in the forest and in the entirety of Latin America. Correct me if I'm wrong. And you can also now add rental lots to any of the pre-existing worlds, so Solani can be used to go to the beach each. Nicki Minaj. There's 14 lots, and usually when packs come out, the houses in the game look like a toddler with carpal tunnel syndrome built them, and little Simsy ends the Sims team's bloodline. But this time she simply can't do that because that would be a suicide. She'd be ending her own damn career. Why am I losing my voice? I just get so excited over these new packs. Lil Simsy, Deligracy, Simlissy, and James Turner, formerly known as the Sim Supply, actually built the houses for this world, and I mean, the difference in quality is just astronomical. I was not invited to build a house, and I have no idea why, I just can't figure it out. But alas, I decided to build an igloo for my Sims to live in. Party at my Iggy! The top of the mountain is stunning, but it do be white out here. Is this the hype house? I've made that joke before. The top area is the only one with snow if you don't have seasons, but I am okay with that. I've seen some people say seasons says hello, but I don't think Snowy Escape needs to respond. That's the name of the pack. It just rolled right off my tongue. I don't think Snowy Escape needs to respond. She's got enough content to stand on her own legs, as you will see in this video. Stay tuned. The middle neighborhood you can also go on hikes in. There's a bar, a park, and I think the Sims team must have run out of stamina by the time they got to the third neighborhood, because this bitch is serving unseasoned chicken. Where is the flavor? There's a karaoke bar which you can't actually sing at unless you have city living. And then the central area has all these shops, but it's basically just a set because you can't interact with them at all. Just let me click on the grocery store and buy a fucking apple. That's all I'm asking for.
I just wanna be appreciated.
7-Elevens are huge in Japan. The bar is on the floor. I would have liked to see some apartments here too, because unless they come pre-built in the world, you just can't have apartments in the world. So that would have been just something. Just give us something, girl.
Wet ass pussy.
Hopped off the train at Mount Komorebi. Just kidding, this train's a scam. I am feeling a bit catfished. I do have Neve on speed dial, because both the train, the ski lift, and the group photos from the trailer were just a figment of my imagination, apparently. I mean, I'm an editor through and through, and they really did take some creative liberties with this fucking trailer. At the very least, the ski lift does teleport you to the top of the... Let me just praise them for doing the least. It at least teleports you to the top of the mountain. The train, however... Go girl, give us nothing. And you know what? I woke up feeling negative, so while I'm here, I'm just gonna throw EA under the train some more. What train? The toddlers can't sit at the kotatsu table. Once again, EA said, fuck them kids. Although the toddlers can go on the sled on the bunny slopes if they've got an older sim present, and then from child upwards they can ski and snowboard on all the big fat slopes. So at that point I just decided, let me just send Jojo Skiwa home.
You're done. You're done.
These are both 10-point skills, which you just kind of watch happen, but they're at least exciting to look at. You are the least exciting to look at. They will also big fat stack it if their sister's shy at skiing, which does fill me with joy because that do be me.
You guys are in a crisis. I'm on my way. And that was the last time we saw Steph.
And I love to see my Sims suffer.
So sorry, I'm about to crash into your boat. I'm apologising now. Sorry, mate, the film crew will pay the damage.
And they can also film ski POVs. POV, your Tisha throwing ass down the mountain. Yeah.
And guess what?
And they can upload them to SimTube, and I assume that works with Get Famous as well. So maybe you can even earn some coin from it, which leads me on to my next point. I do wish there was a ski instructor career, because it felt like I was building up all these skill points. And for what? You did this for what? Why not? I wouldn't have minded if this was a rabbit hole career. I don't need to see it. I just like to feel like I'm working towards a greater goal. I'm ambitious to a fault. Sentiments and lifestyles are also new to this pack, although I believe sentiments are free in the update. That's already out, so you let me know. Lifestyles, however, she doesn't give herself away for free. She's exclusive. And I wanted to go over these initially because they are things that more exist in the background of gameplay, but they affect how you interact with the world and other Sims. Sentiments are sort of like memories, so if you go on a hike with someone, you might have a wholesome little memory. Or if your man goes out for milk and doesn't come home till 5 in the morning. Something's going on, can I smell your dick? They probably won't get a sentiment because Sims aren't that smart, but if you catch them in the act, you surely won't forget it. So I decided to put this to the test, for I am a woman of science. So I took our happy little family to the Onsen, which is a Japanese hot spring for you uncultured swines. When you get here, you change into your swimwear, wash away your nasties, and jump into the pure waters. And scrub-a-dub-dub, there's 2 whores in this tub. It sure would be a shame if someone were to taint these waters, maybe even get their taint out. 2 bros chilling in an onsen, 5 feet apart, but they might kiss.
What? Oh. Okay.
He busted in the bath, just call it a jizz koozie.
Oh, dude, you're drinking cum powder? Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
So Tisha had a general angry reaction to this, as expected, but usually where Sims would get into a fight and then immediately after share a friendly hug, she actually did have a bad long-term sentiment, continued to have bad interactions and wouldn't sleep in the same bed.
Rather sit in my bed, like, just staring at a wall. That's 1,000 times more entertaining than being around those people.
She is broken. He's okay. But will this hurt last for more than a day? And then lifestyles are sort of like traits, but they're more built upon habits and lifestyles. Boom, boom. So I had Tisha eat these Wagyu beef burgers non-stop, which I know for a fact are very expensive. She is a bougie beef burger bitch. And eventually she got the junk food fiend, which is fitting for the mukbang queen herself. And then I put James in the salary person career, which is the only career that comes in this pack. And he eventually, after 2 weeks in game, got the workaholic lifestyle, which means Sims will actually enjoy work and won't come home and crave death. These do take a while to build up, which I like. I love a challenge, and I am big fat happy with lifestyles because it means that your Sims don't have the personality of paper and they can adapt and change over time. Like, for example, you might start off with the single and McLovin' it, that's not the name, single and loving it lifestyle, and then decide, you know what, I am a whore. Next up we have hiking, which you can do alone or in a group. Although alone you can do the meditative walk, which is great to clear your mind after you've just caught your husband getting it on in the sand onsen. Tisha doesn't run away from her problems. She walks. Hikes are exclusive to this world, which I wish wasn't the case. They go and catch a case. But you can do some fun things like visit shrines.
James Charles is like narcissistic and sociopathic, but like...
make wishes, get attacked by bugs, talk and walk at the same time. Who would have thought? Oh, I'm a rapper. Record deal? When? Why did I sound like Bunny the dog? Record deal. When? Oh, also I think if you have pets, the dogs can go for walks, but not the toddlers. Why would the toddlers be able to go? So you can actually walk together as a family and they won't just leave the kids and their little nub legs behind. Maybe you can carry the toddlers. I didn't try it, but maybe, just maybe, this would have been the perfect opportunity to add buggies to the game. So I did have to leave Jojo on the side of the road. Please don't call Childline. They can also take selfies with graves. Logan Paul tease. Although they will get a negative emotion from being culturally insensitive, so I don't even think Logan Paul is that self-aware. And then finally, it's the climb. I tried desperately to rebuild Jim and Charles and Tisha Snowpatis' relationship by having them climb together, but clearly their marriage was on the rocks. But James just wasn't having it, so he went home, and as I was watching Tisha Spider-Man that hoe, I got a notification that read, Skister James Charlie is freezing to death, and I found his blue waffle ass without my consent in the outdoor bath, and let the record show that it was a suicide. I had nothing to do with it. Unless...
can happen in really just a second. Watch this.
If you ask me, it was karma for cheating and nothing more. Tisha manifested it.
Oh, she passed away? Oh. All right.
Shut the hell up, bitch.
But James' sister said, there is no rest even for the dead. I mean, in Among Us, you can do tasks as a ghost, so guess who's back again? And you know what? We have yet to even peak. Mountain peak. So we went on a mountain expedition and decided to bring along James's new boofing. And Tisha got the fatty. And I'm not saying I was rooting for his downfall, but I did find out he had a wife and kids, so... well, and there is a new death in the pack, and if he were to fall to his demise, I would probably celebrate with some fries. And I mean, Tisha did find some potatoes on the mountain, and thank God, because I forgot to pack snacks. And this is a long excursion. It usually takes about a day to get to the top, so there's a high likelihood that they may starve, freeze, or fall from a great height. Oh, and there's also the vending machine death, which I did not get to see, unfortunately. Unfortunately, with their gorilla grip, they all made it to the top of the mountain unscathed. Is that the word? It is now. And with the wind in her hair and a cold-ass coochie, Tisha decided, you know what, the cold never bothered me anyway. But men certainly do. So let me just pull an Elsa and move to the mountain.
I want you to park that big man. that drunk, right in this little garage. Make it cream, make me scream, out in public, make the scene.
Be a hoe. Be a hoe. Don't need a man anymore. I don't know what to do, he's blocked. Be a hoe. Be a hoe. Tell your wife and start a war.
I'm already crying.
And here we'll shag.
Sex will give you STDs.
In the cave all day.
James Charles is like narcissistic.
Wait, is that your spouse? A hoe never gets cold anyway.
Wet ass pussy.
I thought that was going to be the end of the video, but I forgot to show you festivals. There's 3 festivals and they work a lot like the City Living ones. The first one is the Festival of Snow, which I took Tisha and Megumi to because it seems romantic. Let's go, lesbians. At this one, you can check out the ice sculptures, do snowy activities, and eat food. Next, we have the Festival of Youth, which is for the kids. EA said, we do not fuck them kids. Ooh. Here you can make crafts, get blessed by Yama-chan, play Pokemon Go, and eat food. And then finally the Festival of Light, which I did not get any footage of, but this one you can pay your respects, make wishes, wear traditional clothing, and guess what? You can eat food! Also, if it sounds like I'm being held at gunpoint right now, it is because I am reading this directly from a Sims community article. Gotta give credit where credit is due.
Wet ass pussy.
And that is the big fat pack. And she is fat. Charlie got the fatty. I always assume people click off at this part because they're just here to see me go. But if you are still here for some intellectual insight into the pack, then I would recommend James Turner, formerly known as the Sim Supply. I think this pack does a really good job at fitting into The Sims 4 as it currently is. Like, I think this pack would pair really well with Spa Day or City Living, or maybe even Dine Out if you wanted like a relaxing getaway resort. Then you can also live here permanently and just experience it. I'm just really experiencing things. I also think this works as a standalone pack because I can see myself going back to it a lot. And that makes me happy because I think there is a lot of packs in The Sims 4 that you play once and then you just, not naming names, but it starts with star and ends with walls. It's obviously hard to fit a whole culture into a pack and then also have snow sports on top of that. And there are some things like tea ceremonies and bringing a gift when you visit someone's house, although you can maybe do that with seasons. Updates to the ice rink because I want to do a triple axle, bitch. And also the fucking scam that is the train and group photos. I want to take family photos. I'm not bitter. I just think the pack could be better. But also, I am kind of obsessed with her and I'm not going to apologize for enjoying a pack. I'm really big into Japanese culture and I have myself dabbled in skiing, so I'm not saying this pack was made for me, but I am implying it. And even if that's not for you, the build and the world are bon apple titty. So you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that this pack is approved. It doesn't happen often, but wow, what a moment in my career that is most pleasing to me. And the Sims team really needed a win because, let's be honest, they were coming out of a flop era.
It's always one of them gotta be ugly.
But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my review of Come on, vocals. Let me know what you think of this pack because it's probably out by the time you're watching this. And I will see you next time. Or not. Bye, bitch.